The suit is the most powerful garment in a man's wardrobe, and the easiest to get wrong. After 40, you've likely worn suits for decades. Job interviews, weddings, funerals, business meetings. You've logged the hours. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Experience doesn't automatically translate to expertise. Many men spend 20 years repeating the same mistakes, never realizing their suits are working against them rather than for them. The problem is that suit mistakes are subtle. A jacket slightly too long, trousers with excessive break, shoulders that miss by half an inch. These errors don't scream, they whisper. They create a vague impression that something's off without announcing exactly what. People notice you look less sharp than you should without being able to articulate why. For men over 40, these mistakes carry higher stakes. You're at a stage where presence matters, where first impressions have professional and social consequences, where looking like you understand the rules signals competence in everything else you do. Today, I'm calling out 10 suit mistakes men over 40 are still making, and showing you exactly how to fix each one. These aren't obscure details only tailors notice. These are the errors that silently undermine how others perceive you. Each fix includes a specific product recommendation, linked below. Time to stop making mistakes you should have corrected years ago. Let's fix your suits. 1. Wearing a suit that doesn't fit. This is the foundational mistake that makes every other mistake worse. Fit problems fall into two categories, and both plague men over 40. Some wear suits too large, jackets that billow, trousers that pool, shoulders that extend past their frame. This often happens when men buy suits for bodies they no longer have, or when they've lost weight but kept the old wardrobe. Others wear suits too tight, buttons straining, fabric pulling, movement restricted. This happens when bodies change but wardrobes don't adapt. The correctly fitted suit does something almost magical. It disappears. You stop thinking about it. You move naturally. The jacket follows your body without restriction or excess. The trousers sit where they should without constant adjustment. Everything works together rather than fighting against itself. For men over 40, fit matters more than it did at 25. Bodies have evolved. Shoulders may have narrowed or broadened. Midsections may have shifted. The suit that fit perfectly a decade ago probably doesn't anymore. And pretending otherwise doesn't change what the mirror shows. The fix isn't necessarily buying new suits. A skilled tailor can transform mediocre fit into excellent fit for a fraction of replacement cost. But you need to acknowledge the problem before you can solve it. Look honestly at your current suits. Have someone photograph you from multiple angles. See what others see. A Tory Cultum. Tailored suit eliminates fit guesswork entirely. Custom suits built to your actual measurements rather than forcing your body into standard sizing. Fit is the foundation. Nothing else matters until this is right. 2. Ignoring shoulder fit. Here's what most men don't understand. Shoulders cannot be altered. A tailor can take in the body. They can adjust the sleeves. They can hem the trousers, taper the legs, reshape the waist. But shoulders, the structural foundation of the jacket, that's essentially fixed. Getting shoulders wrong at purchase means living with that mistake forever, or replacing the jacket entirely. The shoulder seam should end precisely where your shoulder ends, not half an inch beyond, which creates a droopy, borrowed from someone larger look. Not half an inch short, which restricts movement and creates pulling across the back. Right at the edge of your natural shoulder where arm meets torso. Testing this is simple. Stand naturally and feel where the seam sits. Press down on your shoulder point. The seam should be directly on top of it. Raise your arms forward and observe whether the jacket moves with you or binds. The correct shoulder fit allows full range of motion without the jacket riding up or shifting. For men over 40, shoulder fit often becomes problematic as posture changes. Decades of desk work, physical changes, natural aging, these affect how your shoulders sit. A suit that fit perfectly at 35 may miss at the shoulders by 45, even if the rest still works. When trying suits, reject anything with shoulder problems regardless of how much you like everything else. Shoulders are the non-negotiable. Build your selection around pieces that get this right first. Banana Republic suits like the Italian Hopsack offer perfect shoulder constructions across sizes, options that accommodate different frames rather than forcing one standard on everyone. Shoulders make or break the suit? Never compromise here. 3. Wrong suit. Color for your complexion. The color that works on someone else might work against you. Most men default to black suits because they seem safe and formal, but black is actually one of the hardest colors to wear well. It creates harsh contrast against many skin tones. It drains color from faces. It reads as severe rather than sophisticated in most contexts. Black suits belong at funerals and perhaps black tie events, rarely elsewhere. Navy and charcoal serve most men far better. Navy provides depth without severity. It complements a wide range of skin tones. It reads as professional without being somber. Charcoal offers similar versatility with a slightly more formal edge. These colors work for business, for social events, for virtually any suit-appropriate occasion. For men over 40, color choice affects how healthy and vibrant you appear. The wrong color emphasizes shadows, makes skin look sallow, adds visual age that doesn't need to be there. The right color creates harmony between garment and wearer. The suit enhances your presence rather than competing with it. Understanding your undertone helps. Men with warm undertones, yellow or golden hints in their skin, often wear brown and tan suits exceptionally well. Men with cool undertones, pink or blue hints, excel in navy and gray. But the reliable test is trying colors on and observing honestly what happens to your face. When building a suit wardrobe, start with navy. Add charcoal. Consider lighter grays and blues for variety. Leave black for when convention specifically demands it. Todd Snyder Navy suit provides the versatile foundation every man needs. A navy that works across contexts and complements most complexions. Color should enhance your face, not compete with it. 4. Buttoning the wrong buttons. This mistake takes 2 seconds to fix, yet men get it wrong for decades. The rule is simple: never button the bottom button. On a 2-button jacket, button the top only. On a 3-button jacket, button the middle always, the top optionally, the bottom never. The bottom button stays open regardless of jacket style, regardless of context, regardless of what feels intuitive. This convention exists because of how jackets are constructed. The bottom button pulls the jacket in ways it wasn't designed to accommodate. Fastening it creates pulling at the hips, restricts movement, and disrupts the silhouette the designer intended. The jacket is literally cut to look best with that button undone. For men over 40 with any midsection evolution, the unbuttoned bottom is especially important. Buttoning it creates additional tension exactly where you don't want tension. It emphasizes rather than accommodates. It works against you visually and physically. Standing, your jacket should be buttoned. Sitting, unbuttoned completely to prevent pulling and bunching. This isn't fussiness. It's how the garment was designed to function. The act of buttoning when standing and unbuttoning when sitting should become automatic, like putting on a seatbelt. One additional note: if your jacket strains or pulls when properly buttoned, the problem isn't the buttoning, it's the fit. A correctly sized jacket buttons cleanly with no tension. If you're struggling, you need a larger size or different cut, not different buttoning strategy. Bonobo's Jet Setter suit features the refined construction and stretch fabric that allows clean buttoning without restriction, comfort that accommodates the rules. Button correctly, it takes no additional time and changes everything. 5. Neglecting trouser break. The hem of your trousers affects your entire silhouette, and most men get it wrong. Trouser break refers to how much fabric pools at the shoe. Too much break creates a sloppy, outdated appearance. Trousers puddling onto shoes, fabric bunching at the ankle, an overall impression of carelessness. Too little break creates the opposite problem. Trousers that look too short, visible sock when standing, an unfinished appearance. The modern standard for dress trousers is a slight break to no break. The trouser should gently touch the top of the shoe with minimal folding. Some men prefer a completely clean line with no break at all. This works particularly well with slimmer cuts. The goal is a tailored appearance that looks intentional rather than accidental. For men over 40, excessive break often becomes the default because trousers were purchased when fuller cuts were standard. Those extra inches of fabric served a different era's aesthetic. Today, they simply look dated. Hemming existing trousers to modern proportions provides immediate improvement at minimal cost. Trouser length should be determined while wearing the shoes you'll pair with the suit. Dress shoes sit at different heights than casual options. The hem that works with Oxfords may be wrong with loafers. If one suit serves multiple shoe contexts, optimize for your most common pairing. This is one of the easiest alterations a tailor can perform, usually completed same day for under $30. There's no excuse for walking around with excessive break when the fix is this simple. The Tailory NYC provides expert alterations including trouser hemming, the professional finishing that transforms good suits into great ones. The hem is the finish line. Make sure you're crossing it correctly. If this approach to suiting resonates with you, subscribe now. I break down timeless principles for men over 40. No trends, no hype, just what actually works. Hit subscribe and let's continue. 6. Cheap or wrong shoes. Your shoes can elevate a good suit or destroy an excellent one. The suit-shoe connection is absolute. Wear quality dress shoes and your entire presentation rises. Wear the wrong shoes, sneakers, casual boots, worn-out footwear, and everything you've done right with the suit collapses. People's eyes travel down. What they find determines their final impression. For suits, the appropriate options are Oxford, Derby, and monkstrap shoes in leather. Black works with gray and charcoal suits. Brown works with navy and lighter colors. The leather should be quality enough to hold a shine. The construction should be solid enough to suggest investment. The condition should reflect ongoing maintenance. Common mistakes abound. Square-toed shoes, dated and unflattering with any suit, chunky rubber soles, casual shoes pretending to be dress shoes, visible wear without maintenance, shoes that have given up, Shoes that don't match the belt, an avoidable mismatch that signals inattention. For men over 40, shoe quality often represents accumulated poor decisions. Shoes that should have been retired years ago. Shoes purchased for convenience rather than appropriateness. Shoes that made sense for different contexts being forced into suit rotation. These compromises cost more than they save. The fix is straightforward. Invest in 2 pairs of quality dress shoes, one black, one brown. Rotate them to extend lifespan. Maintain them properly. Polish, conditioning, professional care when needed. These shoes will serve your suits for years and justify their cost per wear. Beckett Simon & Dean Oxford delivers quality leather and construction at accessible pricing, the kind of shoes that elevate every suit they accompany. Shoes complete the statement. Make sure they're saying what you intend. 7. Tie too long or too short. Tie length seems minor until you get it wrong. The proper length is simple. The tie tip should reach your belt buckle, not above it, creating a truncated appearance, not below it, suggesting you don't understand basic proportions. Right at the buckle, creating visual harmony between the elements of your outfit. Too short ties often result from incorrect knot choice. A full Windsor knot consumes more fabric than a 4-in-hand. If your tie consistently lands too short, switch to a smaller knot rather than accepting the length. The knot serves the length, not the reverse. Too long ties result from not taking the time to adjust. Men rush through tying, accept wherever the tip lands, and walk out without correction. This communicates carelessness. If you didn't bother getting the tie right, what else did you skip? Taking 30 seconds to retie until the length works is worth the investment. For men over 40 with larger midsections, tie length can become problematic. The tie has to travel further, and standard length ties may not accommodate. Extra long tie options exist specifically for this purpose, the same quality and style and proportions that work for different body types. Width matters too. Tie width should approximate lapel width. Ultra skinny ties with standard lapels look wrong. Ultra wide ties with slim lapels look dated. The elements should relate to each other proportionally. The tie is often the focal point of a suit outfit. Getting the details right ensures it's making the impression you want. Rice's navy silk tie provides the quality and proportion that makes tie wearing work. Proper length options in fabrics that drape correctly. Tie length is visible to everyone. Make sure it's correct. 8. Ignoring jacket length. Jacket length ages you or juveniles you, rarely flatters if wrong. The traditional rule provides your baseline. The jacket bottom should align approximately with your knuckles when arms hang naturally. This length covers the seat of your trousers, creates proper proportions with your legs, and establishes the balance tailoring has recognized for generations. Too long jackets add visual age. They evoke a different era's aesthetics, the boxied longer silhouettes of previous decades. For men over 40, this creates associations with dated style, precisely when you should be projecting contemporary relevance. The extra length shortens your legs visually and obscures your frame unnecessarily. Too short jackets create different problems. They read as trendy in a trying too hard way. They fail to cover what should be covered. They look like you've outgrown the jacket or purchased from a younger skewing retailer without age-appropriate options. The ideal jacket length allows proportional balance. Your torso and legs appear in proper relation. The jacket covers without overwhelming. Movement remains unrestricted, while coverage remains appropriate. This length exists independent of fashion trends because it's rooted in proportion rather than preference. For men over 40, existing jackets often run too long because that was the standard when purchased. Shortening a jacket is possible, but not always advisable. It depends on pocket placement and overall construction. Sometimes replacement makes more sense than alteration. When purchasing new suits, prioritize modern proportions. The slightly shorter jacket lengths of current tailoring serve most men better than the extended lengths of previous decades. Laura Piana's modern fit suit is a bit of an investment, but it provides a timeless solution with contemporary proportions, including optimized jacket length and an updated silhouette that flatters rather than dates. Length determines proportion. Proportion determines impression. 9. Mismatched formality. Every element of your suit outfit should be speaking the same language. Formality mismatch happens when casual and formal elements collide within the same outfit. A suit jacket with jeans and sneakers, unless deliberately executed with understanding. A formal suit with a casual knit tie and desert boots, elements that don't belong together. A business shirt with shorts and dress shoes. Confusion in fabric form. The suit itself sets a formality level. A structured worsted wool suit demands formal accompaniments. Dress shirt, silk tie, leather dress shoes. A softer, unstructured blazer allows casual elements. Button-down collar, textured tie, loafers. Understanding what your garment requires prevents mismatching what you add to it. Common mistakes among men over 40 include dressing down too aggressively, the suit jacket worn as a blazer with inappropriate pairings, the dress shoes worn with casual outfits where they look wrong, the mixing of garment languages that creates incoherence rather than style. The reverse mistake exists too, over-formalizing contexts that call for restraint. A full suit with French cuff shirt and pocket square for a casual office. Accessories that exceed the occasion's requirements. The appearance of trying harder than the context warrants. Reading formality requires paying attention. Observe what garments communicate inherently. Observe what contexts demand. Match your choices to both. When uncertain, err toward consistency. All elements at the same formality level, rather than mixing levels you don't fully understand. Brooks Brothers blazer provides the versatile middle ground. Refined enough for smart contexts, relaxed enough for intelligent casual wear. A formality bridge that works across contexts. Consistency and formality creates coherence in impression. 10. Neglecting suit maintenance. How you care for your suits determines how long they serve you. The most common maintenance mistake is overwashing, or more specifically, over dry cleaning. Dry cleaning is harsh on fabrics. Each cleaning degrades the wool slightly, shortens the garment's lifespan, and eventually affects drape and appearance. Suits should be cleaned rarely, once or twice per season at most, unless visibly soiled. Between cleanings, proper airing handles most freshness needs. After wearing, hang the suit in open air rather than immediately returning it to a closed closet. Brush the fabric with a garment brush to remove dust and debris. Spot treat any minor stains rather than cleaning the entire garment. These practices maintain the suit without degradation. Rotation extends suit life significantly. Wearing the same suit daily accelerates wear in ways that rotation prevents. Fabric needs time to recover between wearings. Having at least 3 suits in rotation, ideally more, allows each piece to rest and extend its functional life. Storage matters more than most men realize. Suits should hang on proper wide-shouldered hangers that support the jacket's structure. Wire hangers and narrow hangers create shoulder dimples and distort shape. Cedar hangers add protection against moths while allowing proper air circulation. For men over 40, suit maintenance often reflects accumulated neglect. Suits that haven't been properly cared for over years show it. Fabric that's lost its life, shoulders that have deformed, trousers that hold permanent creases in wrong places. Reversing this damage isn't always possible. Starting proper maintenance today protects your investment going forward. The suit you care for properly at 45 will still serve you at 55. At Home's suit hangers provide the proper storage foundation, wide shoulders, and natural wood that protect your investment with every hang. Maintenance is invisible until neglected. Then it's all anyone sees. The suit remains the most powerful garment available to men. Nothing else communicates the same combination of professionalism, attention, and self-respect. But that power only works when the details align. One mistake doesn't destroy a suit outfit, but accumulated mistakes erode its impact until the power dissipates entirely. For men over 40, these mistakes carry particular weight. You've worn suits long enough that getting them wrong signals something unflattering about your awareness. Decades of experience should translate to expertise. When it doesn't, people notice, consciously or not. The good news is that every mistake we covered today is fixable. Fit can be corrected through tailoring or replacement. Colors can be reconsidered. Buttoning takes 2 seconds to get right. Hem length costs $30 to fix. Shoes can be upgraded, ties can be adjusted. Maintenance can begin today. Start with the highest impact fixes. If your suits don't fit, address that before worrying about accessories. If your shoulders are wrong, accept that those suits need replacement regardless of sentimental value. Build from foundation upward. Your suit should enhance every room you walk into. These corrections make sure it does. Everything I mentioned is linked below, and the next step is simple. Click the video on screen. I'll see you there. Because after 40, you've worn enough suits to wear them correctly.